はい、皆さんこんな感じのボートに乗りますよ。4人乗りです。日本人は5人乗り。5月の終わりから9月の初めまで休み。Ngày qua trở đi đâu các mình không phải đeo nữa.
Keep going, please. Keep me back to.
You want it?
Oh, thank you.
Your smile keeps playing, your miles away, yeah. I will go overseas just like that. Don't overthink it, why can't you stay? Give me the call and I'll just be there like that. I don't understand it, but you keep me together when everything around me keeps me under pressure, yeah. It's so overwhelming, but I will wait forever so you can come and get it. I don't understand it, I don't understand.
Like, 抜けた瞬間。朝一みたい。
水が落ちてきた。
When we were so young, I could never see forever. We'd go midnight driving down the lane, pretending the whole world was lame.
映画の、なんか撮影のこういう感じですよね。そのさっきのキングカメラ。
Blue, the feeling behind my eyes. You stood out 'cause you were in red. Then, against my intentions, I let you turn me violent instead. I never thought I'd feel like this.